Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be in another Chatting Charts episode here with JulesVern, and we're going to be talking about something that Scopely has promised for quite some time but not quite got round to doing yet, and that is alliance management. Alliance management is a key part to this game. Playing without an alliance is very, very tough. And as I've said, we have JulesVern with us today. How are you today, Jules?
Doing fantastic.
Absolutely marvellous. So we're going to try and help you as alliance leaders or even just as general members of your alliance. How can you help your alliance? How does it all work? And also there's some single player tools in here as well for your specific game. So as always, we get this information from our charts channel. So again, if you are not already a member of our Discord, you need to join our Discord, the STFC officer tool. Link is down below. Go to the charts index, and then in the charts index, so in here, all you need to do is you need to scroll down into the events or related contents section, and you will find Alliance Management Services. Click the charts button and then you will find the link to the Google Sheet, which we're at the power of magic. We are going to pull up right now, and then we can sit and have a look through this and see how it works. So start off with the intro page. As always, the intro page is giving you a basic details of how it works, who's contributed towards it, and what general information is included. But as we go through the tabs now, I'm going to hand over to the one, the only JulesVern to talk us through this other fantastic sheet that is made. Over to you, Jules.
Now, that link is a forced copy because there's going to be a lot of data points that are going to be unique to you and your alliance. So over at the TC Master Planner, we're talking about which territories that you are going to capture as your alliance and the list of unique services you will have. Now, many people have noticed that there's going to be lots of duplicate services, especially as you hold more than one territory. And tracking which ones you're going to turn on, which ones you're going to turn off, and how expensive it's going to be to hold all of those territories is going to be really important. So here on the TC Master Planner, you can input in which territories you're going to capture through first through fifth, and it doesn't really matter which order you're going to go through. We kind of, as my alliance, we just put it in based on what we cared about. And then it'll populate a unique services list here in the green section. And you can select which one you want to turn on or which one you want to turn off. And that's going to give you a quick calculation of the weekly cost that it's going to be in order for your alliance to afford all the services that you want to keep. And some basic effect percentages there, so you don't have to keep popping in and out of your alliance tab. After you have kind of set which TCs you want, we have some interesting information, including the connections to all of those, and all of that mapped onto a quick territory schedule, so you can kind of send that out to your alliance. And we even have a territory map in case you wanted to kind of see what services may be available around you to see if you need to kind of adjust your TC map. So this is a big one to kind of help with cost planning. We also have a full TC services list and a unique one that's just kind of each unique item here. So this is kind of getting into the nitty gritty and the raw data. And then moving over, we have a Stewie. This is actually Stewie Doo's creation for a TC schedule. So in case you needed to kind of come in here and add in colors, I don't know, a lot of people are color coding their captures based on threat level perceived. So he's included a green, yellow, and red, and you can kind of input in all of your server alliance tags and add into which territories they're going to be assigned to, and assign a color to figure out what that week's threat level is and what that schedule is going to be sent out to your group and your alliance mates. So very interesting tool there. Moving on, some other things that are going to be useful to everybody. This is not just for the alliance managers, but also the alliance participants, which is every player. Isogen maps here. So we've got a chart based on all of the Isogen refinery details. And we've included the extension to Ops 51 Plus. So you can kind of see that new data is in here. Interesting extension, gives you more iso emulsion, does not get you more alloys. So knowing those costs is going to be really important. Then moving on, one of the biggest additions to this game has been additions to the territory map has been adding Monavine. Is Monavine important to you and your alliance, Lube?
It's really important to us. I think it's if you're one of the top alliances, they tend to be have maybe a more heavy spender base. They maybe all got the Monavine at launch. I found that a lot of people in my alliance didn't do that, so the Monavine service was so important, and I felt really let down when it was only in selected tier 3 services. Obviously, the addition of, I think is it 12 now, 12 more tier 2 systems that's now got the Monavine sourcing in. I think it's massively helped, and I think obviously if that we can look at this and you can see that in if we went for a single chest option at 45,000 Isogen per week, these are 7-day cooldowns, it would take us 20 weeks to do it, or you can go for the 18 option and do it in 12 weeks. Obviously 12 weeks is a full territory season pass, as it were, so it allows you to plan and obviously make sure that you are targeting the right areas. I think having a chart like this and a visual where you can see where the Monavine sourcing is, it allowed us to plan. So we, for example, we've now got down here, we've got currently Barassa, the tier 3, we've got Burren, we've got Comston, we've got Thalen. They're our 4 territories at the moment, and a lot of that was down to the fact that it had the Monavine service. Yes, it was in Barassa, but we actually have an agreement on our server where we share that with a couple of different alliances, so we're not going to have that permanently, but we've got a permanent Monavine generator, well, blueprint generator, as it were, in Burren, and we've got that for the whole TC season, providing nobody tries to take it off us. But so yeah, I think it's absolutely a fantastic addition, and it's really nice to be able to actually see how long it physically takes to actually do this.
Indeed. We also have a full territory research list. Now, Spox.club does this better, but in case you needed a backup, well, if that resource is not available to you at the time, we've got that list here. And we've got some other alliance-based information, so alliance levels, kind of tracking to see if you level up, what's going to be the next cost. We're missing data for 51 plus, so please add that into the data collection. We also have some diplomacy marker ideas. When these got expanded, everyone kind of got confused with what they should mean. And so diplomacy marker 1 idea, this is what I use personally with my alliance, and marker 2 idea is actually Revs. This is Rev's chart here that was made by Deviants that he uses with his alliance. Lastly, this is for our alliance managers, the 1 or 2 people who actually care about the alliance starbase. We've got upgrade information so you can kind of track to see what may be required for the next tier or the next level that you want to get to, and including some refinery-based information so you can kind of prove to your alliance mates that they should be pulling the altruism every single time. And a simple chart showing the total cost for the Starbase research tree. So that kind of wraps it up. There's lots of information in here for both people that are managers of their alliance or have some planning roles, and if every individual who needs some basic charts, including Isogen and Motivane services.
Absolutely amazing. I think it's nice to see that while Scopely promise on alliance management tools, you're actually delivering it for the community. So massive shout out to you and everybody that has contributed towards the massive data collection involved within these charts. So much information and so much just to help you know, well, when's our next takeover? When's this? Rather than having to fish through that in game, you can just have a visual of it and you can see how much Isogen that you're going to need moving forward and what the costs are by going up in ops levels and jellyfish, Monavine sourcing. I just think the sheer utility of this sheet is really, really big. So I just want to say a massive thank you to you, Blue, and the rest of your team for obviously putting all this together. It's been an absolute pleasure to do it. Is there any final notes that you want to add on this, Jules?
This will be continued to update as TC changes throughout each season.
So keep your eye on that. As and when things change, flick back to this. And obviously, if there's anything major that changes, we will potentially redo this video or do a little addendum to it. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I think what we can all take from that is that obviously alliance management is a key part of the game. Being in an active alliance is so important. I'll do a massive shout out again and a massive thank you to JulesVern, obviously for what he and the rest of his team does, Blue Mandalorian Silver. So I referenced that earlier on in the video, but thank you so much for everything that you do for the community. It's made far easier with your presence. Thank you everybody for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. Please press the subscribe button so you can be here for the next Chatting Charts episode where we try and make your game game easier using the fantastic information that's been put out by the volunteers within the community. Check out our merch store, itslube.com, where you can get access to all of our content. Join us on Twitch over as well. We're trying to stream a lot more on there and our big push for partner, so go follow our Twitch channel and try and be there for live streams so you can ask questions, and we're more than happy to go through all this sort of stuff with you. But thank you so much again for watching. Press the subscribe button, as I've already said, and remember guys that everything is better with lube. Take care and have a wonderful day.